Now it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. Please welcome South Central Vice President of Interstate Electric Supply, Walt Morrison.
This is a very complicated world. It's a very noisy world, and we're not going to get a chance to get people to remember much about us. No company is. And so we have to be really clear on what we want them to know about us. This was Steve Jobs in 1997 when he returned to a failing Apple after being forced out 12 years earlier. 21 years later, our world is still very noisy and becoming more complicated each day. Steve guided the Apple brand to represent pure, functional innovation, not a collection of products. How do we, as the leaders in our industry, guide our companies to remain relevant in this age of disruption? Throughout history, there have been fundamental shifts in how people got things. Around the turn of the century, our great-grandparents mainly purchased products and brands available to them. If your local general store carried only Dapper Dan pomade, then you were a Dapper Dan man. Economic prosperity and industrialization brought the possibility of variety to the shelves, and buyers with a choice developed trust in their favorite brands. But they were still tied to what was available in local stores. Today, via the explosion of e-commerce, we have so many options available that the focus on the brand can be diminished unless there is true value present. This value may begin online, but must translate to the person banging on the face of their smartphone. For example, I recently had a discussion with our young engineering manager about a specialty product from one of our manufacturers. I knew the product had been available for years and that it would be perfect to solve the problem he had at hand. He insisted that he couldn't find it anywhere. I went into his office, I pulled the dusty catalog off his shelf, opened it, and within 10 seconds, had the product laid out in front of him in glossy page glory. He grunted, entered the part number into the manufacturer public website, and nothing. He turned to me and said, "Walt, if it's not on the internet, it doesn't exist." Things are changing for us all at an exponential rate. Trying to keep up is like trying to drink from a fire hose. How do we, as distributors, become more agile and adaptable to this change while staying true to our core of providing value to our customers and our manufacturer partners? Are we nimble enough to be able to meet our customers' evolving needs? Are we innovative enough to remain the preferred channel for our manufacturer partners? To continue to thrive as an industry, I believe there are a few things we can do. We need to define and build an appreciation of the values our brand provides our customers and manufacturers. We've heard, and probably said, things like, "It's not about price," and "It's a relationship business." But what does that actually mean? What do our customers and manufacturers care about? And how can we deliver that to them while remaining sustainable? One way we can accomplish this is to guide our organizations to promote the value of our brands. We all offer a product or a service, but most times it's the experience the customer has with your brand that results from the value you've historically provided that makes the difference. This added value helps to differentiate your brand from your competition's. Like Apple, we should strive for pure, functional innovation in our services and not just a collection of products. We also need to embrace technology and accept that just as we wouldn't have considered operating without a fax machine 10 years ago, e-commerce is going to quickly be a larger part of our businesses and the services we provide than many of us are ready for. This is a challenge that we must face directly, but it's also an opportunity to dynamically transform our businesses. Just because we sell through e-commerce doesn't fundamentally change who we are, however. The business school definition of distributor is someone who provides time and place utility. While we all know we do a lot more, our basic function is to provide the material and solution our customers need in time and at the right place. E-commerce is a tool to help us do just that while remaining relevant to customers whose buying preferences are shifting. I suppose it's necessary that we talk about Amazon when we discuss e-commerce. There's no denying that they've been a disruptive force in every industry that they've entered, and they see us as a target. However, they don't own the rights to customer satisfaction. Jeff Bezos said, "If you do build a great customer experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful." I don't know about you, but I find the king of e-commerce recognizing the power of word of mouth ironic. Our industry has grown by word of mouth since Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. The people in this room know how to create an awesome experience. Our challenge now is to continue that by keeping up with our customers' buying preferences and finding new ways to enhance our value to them. We need to understand the steps to providing value to our customers, both traditionally and online. Having the ability to track and monetize our service offerings is critical for distributors to maintain strategic relationships with customers and suppliers while also ensuring that we are competitive and profitable. Earlier this year, the South Central Region Council published the white paper, Value-Added Services, a distributor guide on monitoring and recovering costs. This resource addresses the significance of evaluating and ranking how satisfied your customers are with your services and how to develop benchmarks for your costs. The white paper may help you identify where services could be improved and shares best practices on how to create a new service development process. It's available now for all NAED members, and I encourage you to download it and see if it resonates with your business. Electrical distribution is a resilient industry. Looking back, we've survived a lot of disruptions. The customers that were wise enough to realize the value we provide have continued to partner with us. We've had to evolve, to improve, and to change the value proposition we provided to them. I believe that our industry will rise to this current challenge, and we will thrive. As I wrap up, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge those serving on the South Central Region Council and personally say thank you to each one for the difference they are making in our industry. Please hold your applause until the end. I'm proud to announce that the incoming Vice President for the South Central Region is Rocky Kuchenmeister, KE Electric Supply. I'm also pleased to announce that Bob Mirbahov, St. Louis Metro Electric Supply, is our new Vice President-elect. The remaining council members are Ed Arndt, Rexel, Sean Brooks, Maurice Electrical Supply, Wayne Carter, CED, Carolina Division, Bart Casey, Casey Mill Supply, Nancy Gerticke, Mayer Electric Supply, Don Masters, Sheely Electrical Wholesalers, a division of Border States, Tim Park, Irby, Tim Schlesser, Advanced Electrical Supply, Langdon Scott, K&M Electric Supply, Daryl Smith, IAC Supply Solutions, and Don Stokes from Stokes Electric Company. Let's give them all a round of applause for all their contributions. And thank you all for making the commitment to attend the South Central Region Conference. It's been a great experience hosting here in San Diego. Next year, the South Central Region Conference will be held February 25th to 27th in Tampa, Florida. I look forward to seeing all of you then. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve.